colleague and Darshan Gada ji. Now I'm going to introduce our topic. First, let us know what is stroke. Stroke is a disease that affects the arteries leading to and within the brain. A stroke occurs when a blood vessel that carries oxygen and nutrients to the brain is either blocked by a clot or ruptures. Symptoms of stroke are trouble walking, speaking, and understanding. The main disability that results from a stroke is paralysis. Usually, paralysis is on the side of the body opposite from the side of the brain that suffered damage during stroke. There are three types of stroke. The first one is ischemic stroke. It is also referred to as brain ischemia or cerebral ischemia. It is caused by a blockage in the artery that supplies blood to the brain. The second type of stroke is hemorrhagic stroke. It is when blood from an artery begins bleeding into the brain. This happens when weakened blood vessels burst and bleeds into surrounding brain. The third and last type of stroke is transient ischemic attack. It is often called as mini stroke and usually lasts only a few minutes. It may be a warning. The motivation of our project is in real time, there is no automation for stroke prediction. Stroke depends on so many factors. Prediction of stroke disease is a challenging task in the current medical sector. The proposed system helps to predict the stroke using stroke disease and related types at early stages using ML algorithms. The next part will be continued by my teammate.
Hi everyone. So this is our problem source. So we are taking few of the problem. We are taking this problem from this IEEE papers. So we are concerning this IEEE papers for using in our project. Let's talk about existing systems. So here, most of the existing systems which are now available in the medical sector, for example, like MRI, CT scan, and image screening, they will identify if a person has stroke or a probability of getting a stroke in the near future. But this process is manual. It is time consuming and it is expensive, and it requires expensive doctors who have more experience. And also this kind of manual process leads to less accurate results. So here the technique that is being used, it is difficult to represent in a graphical method. So for this reason we are proposing an automated system. So this is the proposed system we are going to present here. With this particular system, we will be able to make the things automatic. So for example, only the doctors will be required to check whether the prediction is correct or not, whether the functioning is working properly or not. So in this proposed system, we are considering data set and we are processing this data to train a model, and we are creating a model here, and with this particular model, and we are using KNN algorithm, and with this we are trying to predict the types of stroke for a particular person in the future, if possible, if he is in a nearby possibility of getting a stroke or not. Moving ahead, so in this particular proposed system, we are going to diagnose the stroke using AI techniques. In this particular system, we will compare the machine learning approaches to predict the classification and risk prediction for the strokes. As my teammate said, we have different types of strokes. So we will try to make an accurate measurement of which type of stroke is possible. And in this proposed system, we are going to make use of a web application. So in this application, we will be using roles, different roles. For example, administrator, receptionist, doctors, and patients. So doctors will input the data for their patients, and they will check regularly whether the treatment are getting updates or on the online server, whether the system is getting updated with the recent details or not. Similarly, patient can access their treatment details to get an overview of all the contents or all the reports they are being, or the diagnostics they are being through. Similarly, let's come to methodology. In this particular project, we are collecting data from hospitals, and using KNN algorithm, we'll be classifying the data, because while processing data, we'll have many data, duplicate records, missing data, inconsistent data. So using this particular method, we will do a data pre-processing, in which we will remove the duplicate records and missing data, and we will use KNN algorithm to classify the data. Similarly, we will try to predict the accurate result. Thank you. And the next topic will be continued by my teammate Darshan. Thank you.
Yeah, it is difficult to find stroke types in earlier stage. That's why we are using different ML approaches to predict the type of the stroke in an accurate way. To predict stroke earlier, we are collecting data like world patient records, hospital details, and symptoms of the stroke, risk factors like age, gender, headache, etc. developing a real-time by hospitals, and we are developing a mobile application. It can be accessible by patient, receptionist, administrator, doctor. Software requirements and hardware requirements. We require Windows 7 onwards OS, and we are using we require hardware requirements 2 GB of RAM and processor Intel Core Audio 2.4 GHz processor speed, 500 GB of hard disk space. Now we are conclusion. Stroke is difficult to predict in current medical sector, so we are proposing a new system. It predicts the stroke at earlier stage, so it helps the doctor to take better and faster decision. And we are using the techniques like K nearest algorithm, random forest algorithm, and decision tree algorithms are used to predict the stroke and its type. Thank you.
So this was an overview of our project. Any questions?
Vineet, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go to the objective.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So to study various ML approaches use the detection of stroke types to predict the stroke based on past patient records, implement real-time browser or the medical sector to develop a mobile-based application and predict whether the patient is encountering stroke illness or not. Okay, fine. Look at the third one, guys. He said to implement real-time browser. I know you want to say browser application in all medical sectors. What does that?
So here we are trying, for example, this is not the application which will install. Basically, we will use a browser, go to that link.
Explain what you mean by medical sectors. You know what you mean by all medical sectors. Look at what you are telling there. All medical sectors. What exactly is that statement? Did you understand my point?
Yes, I got it. Actually, what I meant was it is implemented in the sector. Maybe we have added all it's an extra word by mistake.
Okay. Okay, you meant to say that it will be available to all medical stores or something like that. So another thing is this. Okay, where is the source of your data set?
Sir,
Do you have your
problem source?
Yeah, I know. Where did you get it from? Do you have your data set?
So we got this data set online where the hospitals are uploading the data set.
Okay, no problem. What is the source? From where? Don't rely on everything you get from online. Did you get it from Kaggle? Did you get it from UCI repository? Where did you get it from?
We are collecting the data from Kaggle, sir.
Okay, you are collecting or you have collected?
We have collected around 5,000 data. In future, we'll collect more, still more data sets.
No problem. I'm not telling you to go beyond. Even 5,000 is already big. Okay, so I'm asking you, what is the source?
Yes, sir.
What is the source? What kind of data set do you have? Do you have image data or you have numeric data sets? What kind of data sets do you have?
Oh, it's numeric data set, sir.
Okay, so how many features are there?
In that, we have 4 features. 0 is for no stroke, 1 is for type 1, 2 is for type 2.
Okay, no, that is not a feature. That is actually your classification class. Okay. So what I mean is this: when you open that, you have it in CSV file or something? Do you have the data in CSV file or what? Do you understand my question?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah, you've collected this data set. It is in form of textual data, or it consists it alphanumeric or only numeric data. That's what I want to understand. And in which format was it saved? Was it saved in the CSV or what exactly? Or do you have any image data in between? No, right?
No, sir.
Oh, no.
Okay, you don't have an. Okay, fine. Okay, anyway, leave this. Maybe later I will ask you guys question as the project your project progresses. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, this was an improvement in the previous one, and yeah, for now I will rest my questions till subsequent presentations. Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I think, ma'am, I think she's having some network issue. Any other person who wants to give an observation, ma'am? I think ma'am is having issues, so maybe you try to message her and then you can take a call and wind up the session. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, ma'am. Shall we wind up the session or do you have any concern?
No problem. You can wind up. I think ma'am is telling wind up. I think just go to the chat and see. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bye. Yeah. Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir.